Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. One of the most troubling incidents in King David's life was the rebellion of his son Absalom. This rebellion was successful enough that David even fled Jerusalem for a short time, and Absalom entered Jerusalem, making a temporary claim to be king. Psalm 3 was written by David during this troubled time, when turmoil in his own family affected the entire united kingdom of Israel and Judah. How do you respond to a betrayal by someone close to you? What do you say to God when people abandon you, torment you, and accuse you? Here's what King David said from Psalm 3, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, 2nd edition. O Lord, I have so many enemies. So many are against me. So many are saying, God will never rescue him. But you, O Lord, are a shield around me. You are my glory, the one who holds my head high. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy mountain. I lay down and slept, yet I woke up in safety, for the Lord was watching over me. I am not afraid of 10,000 enemies who surround me on every side. Arise, O Lord, rescue me. My God, slap all my enemies in the face. Shatter the teeth of the wicked. Victory comes from you, O Lord. May you bless your people. First, King David gives a recognition that there are many enemies. He's lost the naivete that his son would not treat him this way. He recognizes the reality of the betrayal and of the many who have rallied to Absalom's side against David. It's important to know who's against you. Second, recognize that God is your shield. God protects and keeps our spirits up. Our tendency is to give in to discouragement and despair. But this psalm says that God holds our heads high. He lifts our heads out of the pit of discouragement and despair we would want to fall into. Third, David had confidence that God was hearing his prayer, allowing him the courage and confidence to sleep well, knowing that God was still in charge. Fourth, David always had a firm belief in God's justice. When God acted, David was certain that David's enemies would be crushed, for they were unjust and in the wrong. I think I'm more like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "Sir, my concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right." If we always do right and be right, then we know we will be on God's side. Fifth, David trusted God for victory. King David may define victory differently than we would, but he trusted in God's ultimate victory. The Apostle John described victory like this in Revelation chapter 21, verses 1 to 4. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared, and the sea was also gone. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud shout from the throne, saying, "Look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain. All these things are gone forever." We can count on God to bring the victory because he has promised his victory, and we can trust God to keep his promises. Join with King David and the Apostle John and trust God for the victory when you are betrayed or deceived. May God bless you.